New Year in Russia is the most important holiday of the year. Everyone waits for it and everyone prepares. Actually, for the most people, start preparing for it weeks or even months in advance. We buy gifts for friends and family, decorate the Christmas tree, plan what we will do during the holiday week following New Year's Eve, and of course, cook lots of delicious food. And today I will tell you how we celebrate it and what our traditions are. My name is Elena and you're watching Study with G, a channel about life and education in Russia. Let's get started! New Year celebration in Russia has a very long tradition. We have been celebrated for 300 years already. And even since it appeared, it has always been popular. Lots of people, lots of mass events, everyone takes part. Back then, everyone celebrated Christmas too, but that was more of serious religious holiday, and New Year's Eve is just for fun and relaxing. Now we have Christmas, but also as a holiday for only religious people, and it is celebrated on the 7th of January. This was because the Soviet government switched to a new calendar, while religious holidays are still celebrated according to the old one. And because of this, we have Old New Year, which according to the old calendar was 31st of December. Yes, Old New Year's Eve sounds hilarious. Right now it's on January 13th. Usually people don't prepare for it or celebrate it. It is just an excuse to see relatives once again and finish the goodies that were not eaten on New Year's Eve. Even though many of our New Year traditions are kinda like in Europe: gifts, the Christmas tree, New Year's Eve entertainments, and etc. It's all the same, but slightly different. The one thing that I guarantee you can see only in Russia is our New Year's dishes. So let's talk about it. I can't wait to tell you about the holodets. But before that, I would like to point out one very important thing. Yes, we have many traditional dishes, but the point is that the main tradition is not just eating them. It is the joint preparation of the whole New Year's Eve table. The whole family, including the little ones, cook everything together. Some dishes may change, some people don't like this, don't like that, but it is the cooking that matters. It won't be a family New Year's Eve dinner if you just order food from a restaurant. Family on New Year's Eve in Russia is the most important thing. And now to holodets or jelly. I'm warning you, this is something you might find strange. Many foreigners who tried it didn't like it very much. Yes, and not all Russians like it either. For instance, I personally hate it. It's a kind of jelly with meat. First you boil a lot of meat with bones to make a strong broth. Then separate the meat, return to the broth and put it in the fridge until it all turns into jelly. A few nights and it's ready to go. Eat with mustard or horseradish. But like I said, not many people like it, although it is a tradition. But the main dish that you will see on every table is that almost everyone likes is the Olivier salad. You may know it as a Russian salad, but we believe that it was first prepared by a Frenchman named Olivier. That's why we called it that. Potatoes, pickles, eggs, carrots, peas, onion and chicken all together with mayonnaise. Perfectly balanced and delicious. Herring under a foie gras is a layered salad with potatoes, carrots, beets, onion and mayonnaise. And of course herring. It's more of the appetizer eaten between main courses, but many people eat also just a regular salad. I hadn't even considered before how many mayonnaise we eat on New Year's Eve. It's definitely not good for staying in shape, but once a year. Yes, New Year's Eve is a time of delicacies. The caviar sandwich is the main appetizer on the table. White bread, butter and caviar. Simple as life. Red fish, fresh crab, baked goose. It depends on family traditions. But what is the same for everyone is expensive alcohol. Despite the stereotype that Russians drink a lot of vodka if we are talking about a traditional family New Year's Eve and not crazy club parties, everything usually goes quite sober. It's more about enjoyment than intoxication. By the way, we have a video about stereotypes about Russia and Russians. There we also talked about drinking culture. Watch it after this video if you haven't already. Stop thinking that we drink vodka on any occasion and fight beers afterwards. As for traditional desserts, we don't have any and it's up to the family what they buy or make. But most likely it will be a traditional jam pie, Napoleon or Prague cake, or even gingerbread. Generally understandable considering that for the last 50 years everyone in the country has been eating the same thing on New Year's Eve. Christmas in Russia is not celebrated massively, but the 8 days of the vacation from January 1st to January 8th is for everyone. Some people use this time to travel around the country, to ski or sightsee. Others prefer to go to the warmer places to hide from the cold like Thailand. And even I know people who have traveled not to the south but to the north, to Murmansk or Yakutia. They wanted to see a real Russian winter, harsh and cold, and you know that loved it. Even though it was terribly cold, around -50 or -60 degrees Celsius. But mostly we just spend time with friends and family. One day we go somewhere with relatives, another day with co-workers, and another day with friends. And it's important to remember to relax and rest. The year has come to an end. Everything that could be done has been done, and now you have time to relax before the next year of hard work. Therefore, there is nothing wrong with just staying at home, eating, watching TV and reading books. Of course, what you do during the holiday week is entirely up to you, pretty much the same as everywhere else during Christmas week. If you like it, you can go to clubs and parties. If not, you can just watch New Year's movies like Harry Potter, Home Alone, or The Irony of Fate or Happy Fairy, a Soviet movie that is associated with New Year's Eve all over Russia. It begins with the hero telling about the tradition of going to the sauna on the 1st of December. And because of that, going to the sauna before New Year's Eve became a tradition too.
Ванная в каждой квартире. Это правильно.
Да.
Это удобно.
Да.
Это цивилизация.
Ты мне говоришь?
Тебе. Но сам процесс мытья, который в бане выглядит как торжественный обряд, в ванной просто смывание грязи.
I think there was an American remake, but it's definitely not as good. So if you want to watch something Russian and New Year's, just find the original. And every family rewatches it as soon as New Year's Eve comes around. If you work in a company, you usually have a New Year's cope. After a hard year of work and an even harder December, then everyone is trying to finalize their plans. You can just relax and chat with your colleagues in a looser manner. After everyone has had enough to eat and drink, it's time to go out and shoot fireworks. From 10 p.m. on the 1st of December to 2 a.m. on the 1st of January, you'll hear fireworks all the time. But at midnight, everyone will be at home to watch the president's New Year's address. But it is not the president's speech that everyone is watching. It is the Kremlin chimes. At the end of president's congratulatory address, 12 chimes will sound, and after the last one, the New Year's is officially here. There is a belief that if you write down your deepest and most secret wish on a piece of paper during the chimes, then burn it, dip into the glass of champagne and drink it, the wish will definitely come true in New Year. Television shows with the participation of the many Russian celebrities go on until deep into the night. The most popular of them is Blue Light. All the leading Russian singers and artists take part in it. A good way to spend time if you are tired and want to stay at home, but if you are still full of energy, you can go to the fair. It takes place in every city center, but the biggest one is on the Red Square in Moscow, where you can try traditional food, go to ice skating, take part in shows and masterclasses, and of course go to a concert of the main Russian artists. There is a lot to do. Everything you can think of you will certainly find as a New Year's fair. In addition, restaurants and bars will also be hosting many events on New Year's Eve. So, if you are on vacation or just don't have people to celebrate New Year with, you can go there and have fun. And the stores will have discounts and special offers, so if you want to buy something for yourself or present for someone else, this is time. By the way, presents! All children in Russia wait for New Year to ask about a new phone, computer or some expensive toy. But if we talk about adults, most of the gifts that relatives give each other are not very expensive. It's mostly just a way to show that the person is important to you, not just to buy an expensive gadget. Well, if you give an expensive gift to everyone distant relative, that's how you can spend all of your hard-earned money for the year. And of course, not only parents give gifts to their children. We have our own Santa Claus, whose name is Ded Moroz, literally Grandpa Frost. He is a tall old man with a magic staff, and he has an assistant, not an elf, but his granddaughter, Snegurочка, a beautiful girl in a warm blue dress. Actually, they have an official residence where you can send a letter. It's the town of Великий Устюг. It's a beautiful northern town. Many people go there in winter to see Ded Moroz in real life. And this is it, Russian traditions of celebrating the main holiday of the year. I hope you enjoyed the video, but it's the best if you go to Russia yourself and see everything with your own eyes. This was Elena from GE. Subscribe to our channel and Happy New Year!